I should be recording already. Okay. So we're looking at 8.3.1. This should be pretty quick because we've already seen a couple for loops and actually, well, all right, let's just jump into it. So we have this example from previously when we did for loops where I have anywhere I click on the screen, pop, I'll make a bunch of cats together, and I'll even kind of say which cat there is, right? They're kind of crowded here. We'll fix that. And just, no on step or anything like that. And we just had a for loop that will draw the cat head 8 different times. The first thing that they say in this new lesson is how to use range like this, which, oops, I guess I accidentally used this before. Before when we used range, I guess I just missed. It had included only showing for I in range from like 0 to 8. And if you notice this, if I run it that way, nothing changes because range 0 to 8 means I'm starting at 0, including 0, going up to 8, not including 8. So I will go 8 times, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? Because I started on 0, it ends up going 8 times. It just doesn't include the 8. So that's why I make 8 cat heads ending on the number 7. The first thing they say is, hey, by the way, if you don't include the first one, it's just going to default to saying, oh, you want to go from 0 to whatever you have over there. So you can just write range as a single one, and you'll notice nothing has changed, right? That's the first thing they talk about. The next thing they talk about is step, which actually we've already touched on a little bit in rand range from a couple videos ago, but we'll just say it here again because it can be used in a just pure, the built-in pure like range function. So, and this will actually be kind of helpful for us here. So let's say I want to make some cats, and I'll do in range from 0 to 8, but I'm going to step the third argument here, and you have to have a third because you can't say like, oh, in range 8 and then step because it'll think this is your low and this is your high, I believe. I mean, let's see. Yeah, well, it's going to freak out. Yeah. So you have to have 3 if you're using steps. So it's from 0 to 8, stepping by 2. And what this will do is it will start at 0, go till 8, but instead of counting by 1s, which is what it does by default, we're going to count by 2s. So we'll start at 0, then 2, then 4, then 6. And because we don't include 8, you don't see 8 get drawn. If I wanted to include 8, well, I just have to make sure, because you don't include the high number, just go to 9. And now, when we go, we actually will manage to get that 8th one all the way at the end over there. You can see it barely fits. And so that's a cool thing to do, right? I could even maybe, if I wanted to do the odds, I could start at 1, go to 8, and if I'm stepping by 2 but starting at 1, it will give me the odds. So click here, 1, 3, 5, and 7. Notice though when I click, it it's going to the right because of the way that I do this over here. And here's another cool thing. This will be the last thing I want to show here. Is before I was doing the mouse X plus 50 times I to make it move far enough, but I actually don't even really need to do this 50 times I thing now that I have step available. I can do mouse X plus just I for these, because what I can do is I can start at 0, go up to, let's see, if I want to make 4 cats, and I know I was going by 50 to make them far away from each other, let's go to like maybe 200, and we'll leave it at 200 for now, and we'll see there's something important to do there, and we'll step by 50. So I'm including that times 50 in the step part over here, just a different way to do the same thing. And if I run this and click it now, well, I've got, I guess the label is no longer cats, 0, 2, 4, 6. But we're making the 4 cats stepping by 50s. Notice I do make 4 cats, but I don't have the cat at 200 because starting at 0, stepping by 50, but I'm not allowed to get to 200. If I want to have that 200 cat, I could go to 201. And now when I run it, I will get that 200 cat because, right, you exclude that top number. This is really cool because I could instead say, hey, well, let's go to 301 and let's step by 100. And now we can, just by changing the step, instead of having to multiply, we get the cats to space out more or less by just changing this one step over here as opposed to changing the multiplier. Just a neat thing. So that's using for loops with range. You can just give one parameter, one input, which means it'll go from 0 to that. Or you can do 3, and that third input will be how much you step by. And now that we have the steps, just, remember, you exclude that top number when you're doing a range in a for loop. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to do any examples of this. There's plenty of examples of for loops in previous ones. This is just like a little bit of extra stuff you can do. And for loops are so useful that we'll see more examples of it in later videos. Yeah, hope you enjoy that. Peace out. See you in the next one.